Welcome to the latest episode of Branding the Experience, where we talk about ways to create environments where employees actually want to come to work and customers want to keep coming back. I'm Ken Bader, your host for Branding the Experience, also the founder of Bader Training and Consulting, and the author of The Formula for Business Success equals B plus C plus S. And yes, I'm coming to you from my car today, but wanted to get this particular episode in because I just had a great interview with Alex Naticchioni, the owner of Long Beach Jerky Company, my favorite beef jerky, and I love jerky. I love a lot of food for that matter, but he's doing a phenomenal job of not only creating a great product, but creating a great brand and a great experience for his customers. Let's listen. Hi there, I'm here with Alex Naticchioni, owner and founder of Long Beach Jerky Company. By chance, my favorite jerky, and we'll get into that. But I want to talk about how, Alex, you're creating a great brand and a great following. We talk on branding the experience all the time. The second part is about getting customers that want to keep coming back, and customers are keep coming back for this jerky. Luckily. Now you're building a great brand. How are you building this brand, and how are you creating a following?
Well, we started this kind of, to be brutally honest, after many hours of beer drinking and making jerky in the house and kind of...
Don't be honest, we like to lie on this show.
Yeah, I'll just keep it all PC. Yeah, we were making it at the house and just kind of wanted to create and be around something that we like. I mean, obviously the story kind of runs a little deeper than that with my grandfather. You know, he made it for the family, but we wanted to kind of engulf and surround ourselves with things that we like to do, and that heavily involves drinking craft beer. Mm-hmm. And so we figured it was kind of the perfect match, and we targeted the breweries pretty heavily. We kind of coined ourselves as the beer drinkers jerky, and that's kind of been a really big push for us as far as like creating the experience with the brand.
Talk to me a little bit about the beer drinkers jerky. Is that in essence kind of your tagline?
Well, it's you know, craft beer right now is obviously is a huge uproar in itself, and we kind of consider ourselves more of a craft jerky. You know, we're not mass produced. You know, we don't shave corners here and there. We stick to quality. We stick to our process. We don't jeopardize that for anything, and that kind of holds true to the craft beer kind of realm. Mm-hmm. And so we kind of consider ourselves a craft jerky, and I kind of think that market is kind of coming up in itself as well. It's kind of more crafty experience, more hands-on, more locally produced, more locally made, instead of the big wigs.
Sure.
Shaving off the top. Sure.
Well, I wasn't kidding. This is my favorite jerky, and one of the reasons I love jerky anyway. And number two, I hate the mass-produced stuff because getting a little older, with the dental work and everything, I like not losing 3 or 4 teeth and eating my jerky. And yours is a quality jerky. It's very soft. It's very tender. It's well made. It's very consistent. I know what I'm going to get with every bag, which is important in branding. And one of the things that I stress in branding all the time is standards. That we have to have the standard in what we're doing, whether it's a service business, whether it's a product-based business, so that we can have that brand consistency. Talk a little bit about your standards for Long Beach Jerky and how you continually come out with quality product.
I think one of the things that sets us apart, is a lot of the bigger guys, a lot of the people, they use cheaper meat, they use cheaper quality, cow versus steer. We use 100% steer. We use one company that we get all of our beef from, and we use brisket, which is, it's a more expensive cut. It's got a little more marbling. We actually use the lifter portion kind of the pectoral region, which is leaner. But a lot of companies don't do that because of the price of it. And, Gramps always use brisket. And we wanted to stick to that, after generation to generation. And that's our separation.
Okay. Well, let's talk a little bit about Gramps, because another big point in branding and branding the experience is being true to the history of the brand. And obviously, this is my favorite flavor, Gramps Original, because it's like your usual beef jerky, but better. And so there's a story behind Gramps Original. Why don't you share that with us?
Yeah, well, Gramps, my grandfather, he always made it for the family. He never really did anything with it. He never sold it. He never, I mean, really, just made it for the family. Christmas time, it was always in the stockings. He had been passed away for probably 12 years, roughly, when we kind of just brought the recipe back out and kind of went on a sick addiction with making it and passing it out and making it.
This is a pretty good sick addiction. I wish I knew.
Letting other people try it. I wish he was here to see it. But yeah, kind of following in his footsteps. And, you know, my dad and I made it back in 2012, kind of at Christmas, just kind of on a whim, and then came back, and Richie and I started making it every time we could get the oven open, and just kind of started repeating the process, and then came out with the other two. And I think Gramps would be pretty happy with where it's come. And it's kind of neat, you know, hearing people say, "Give me Gramps," you know.
Yeah.
It kind of brings them back to life, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I know every time I order this particular bag of jerky, I just simply say, "Yeah, give me a Gramps."
Yeah.
When you ask me what flavor that I want. Talk a little bit about why Long Beach Jerky, because that's such an important brand association. It helps to create that following, you know, coupled with the fact that it gives it a cachet. It's not one of the big guys. It's a specialty brand. So just talk a little bit about the Long Beach Jerky aspect.
Yeah, well, anybody that is in Long Beach, there's a lot of pride behind this city, and it's not one of the big guys. I mean, people know Long Beach, but it's not Los Angeles. It's not Orange County. It's Long Beach. It's its own thing, and this is home now, and it's been home for about 10 years. And you know, just because, you know, we're kind of blown away that Long Beach doesn't have more, you know, recognition for what it is. Now that it's home and this is where the brand is, we wanted to keep it here, and we want to make, you know, let's Snoop Dogg and Sublime keep running, but let's see if we can give another avenue for Long Beach. And,
let's not forget Cameron Diaz either. My favorite Long Beach former resident. You know, do you have any plans to have Cameron have some Long Beach jerky?
I would love to. Yeah, we've reached out to her people, but they haven't gotten back.
They haven't. Well,
haven't gotten back yet.
When she does, we'll have another show. Last question, and I'll get you off the hot seat. As you are building a quality brand, not only from the standpoint of the quality of the product, but also actually branding it in a unique way, or branding something that some people may think is a commodity, but you're really branding it in a unique way so that it's not a commodity, it's a specialty item. What recommendations would you give to any other entrepreneur, somebody other than starting jerky, of course?
No advice, no advice for that.
But what advice would you give to anybody that's thinking of starting a product-based company and helping them create their particular brand?
I would say stick to your guns and just be who you are. You know, we are not shy with who we are. You know, I mean, we like to have fun. We like to drink beer. We like to support our friends. We like design. We like it all, and we try to stay true to that and not hide who we are. And I think that's a big thing for our company because it's a connection with other people, and you know, they can relate. We can relate. I say stick to who you are. Stick to your guns, and I think that's the best way to go about it.
That's an excellent point, because branding is about connecting with other people, and if you honestly don't have that connection, you don't have a brand.
Yeah.
Well, things that I like to do is drink beer, and I see you have one and I don't. Absolutely. And that's a problem.
We should fix that.
And the other thing that I really like to do is eat Gramps original jerky. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Alex?
Ken, thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for spending some time with me.
Hey man, anytime.
Take So what can we learn from that interview? Well, I think we can learn quite a bit, but if we take only one thing from Alex's answers to my questions in our conversation is to have fun with what you're doing. I can't tell you, in 15 years of having the pleasure of working with a lot of small businesses and executives, how many times I come across somebody that's in it for the money and they're miserable. They're completely miserable. And it shows in their work, it shows in their product, it shows in their business. Unlike Long Beach Jerky Company, which is my favorite jerky and truly does create an experience for their customers. They know what their niche is in terms of being the jerky that goes along with craft beer and who they're targeting. And they're just having a lot of fun doing it. Yeah, I can see it in Alex's face every time I ask him about the jerky company, and he just lights up, and they're doing some great things. And I think the other thing that we could take from this is the standards. You know, he has very specific standards as to how the jerky is made, how it is packaged, and is very consistent with that, because branding is founded on consistency. One bag should be just as great as another. And thanks for spending some time with me today. And here's hoping that your business, your product, or your service is branding the experience for your employees and your customers.